What's up, gang? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Dennis, I'm the mod scientist, and today I will continue working on this Superstrat modification build. Now, in the previous video you see me working on this neck pickup cavity, as well as extending the control cavity to allow for a three-way toggle switch for both pickups. And today I will do the biggest job of all, which is routing out the cavities for the new bridge. Because as you can see, this guitar has no holes or cavities at all for the bridge. That's because the original bridge on here was this fixed bridge, which has a couple of holes in the back through which the strings were strung. Now, for this build I will install this Floyd Rose type bridge, which needs a lot of more cutting because of the sustain block in here. I need to recess the bridge into the body, and I need to cut a hole in the back for the springs and the trem claw for the tremolo system. So that's a whole lot of cutting. So in order to do that, I've got a couple of templates here. As you can see, this one is for the front of the guitar and this one is for the back. And this will allow me, with the correct measurements, to very accurately create the necessary holes. But before I get to that, I need to measure out the correct distance of the bridge, because the most important aspect of modifying or building any guitar is measure twice, cut once. Now, this is a 25.5-inch scale model, but I live in a metric country, so that means it's 64.77 centimeters scale length, which I need to measure out from the start of the nut. And that will tell me the exact place of where the saddles for the new bridge need to come. I will measure this twice, once from the start of the nut for the full scale length, and then I will measure out from the 12th fret and measure out the half of the scale length and see if I get to that exact point. That line will intersect with this line on my template. But first thing I'm going to do is measure out the distance, and then I will determine the exact spot for these two holes, because these will need to be drilled first, because that's where the studs for the bridge post will be installed. That matches up perfectly. Now for the other side. In order to check my measurements, I've taken apart the bridge, and these holes for the studs line up perfectly with the base plate, so that means my measurements are correct. So I can start drilling these. One thing I do want to mention is this is a very cheap bridge. This was about 15 or 20 bucks, I don't remember. But I noticed that the sustain block is just really light. So when you get cheap parts, this is where they save money, just on the quality of the parts. The weight of the bridge is entirely in the base plate. The rest is just really light and flimsy. I did order a different bridge to eventually put on this, but it will have the same measurements, so I can just start cutting using this bridge. Well, I've run into a problem here which I was hoping I would not run into. As you can see, this is very slim. It's already starting to crack on the inside. And for this one, they've also drilled the hole for towards the control cavity over here. So this is just a little bit of wood supporting the stud. I'm gonna reinforce these bits by some measure. I don't know how yet, but I'm also gonna drill a new hole from the pickup cavity towards the control cavity, starting here. So now I've got my template ready. I've stuck it to the body. I've aligned it with the center line. And I've pre-drilled a hole of 12 millimeters deep. Alright, so that concludes the routing of the front for the bridge cavity. I did run into a couple of problems here, which seem pretty severe at first, but right now they seem manageable. And that is that the holes for the posts, for the studs of the bridge, are really too close to the bridge pickup cavity. As you can see here, there's actually a bit of wood missing. I think it's still salvageable, so I need to fix this bit of wood missing here, probably fill it in somehow, but I think it won't be a major issue. So all I need to do now is drill out the hole here to the back. That's a lot of work done for today. Next time I will continue cleaning up this hole and using my router to get it into the proper shape, and then moving on to the back to create the cavities for the springs and the trunk claw. So thanks again for watching, and I hope you tune in next time.